Yeah, I had a light and I forgot to turn it on just for part one. Sorry. So, welcome to part two. If you haven't checked out part one, I'm going to try to link it somewhere. I'm not sure where. So, let's just get on to part two. If you haven't checked out part one, I will link it. Did I just say that? I just said that. Cut that. Okay, so January 12th. Let's go. I think I stopped there. So January 12th, I wake up and there was blood in my underwear. Now, little TMI, but I've went through menopause. I haven't had a period in 7 years now. So when a woman sees that, after that, it's terrifying. Of course, I didn't know any of this had to do with my final diagnosis. So on January 12th, okay, so yeah, of course, let's just follow with the pattern. Do you think I called a doctor? I did not. I just figured blood thinners, maybe it made my blood so thin that it's coming out down there. Because it's not when I pee, it's coming out of my vaginal area. So January 14th is my follow-up appointment with Dr. Mohan, my vascular surgeon. I tell him that I'm having vaginal bleeding, and he tells me, is that normal? And I said, no, I haven't had a period in 7 years. He's like, okay. So blood clots unexpectedly could be caused from endometrial cancer. So let's go have you get checked out by your OBGYN and see if we can rule that out. So I'm in tears. I'm like, what? Oh my God. I can't walk. I can't even put my big toe down on the ground. I can't even touch it to the ground, or I'm busting out in tears. And anybody that knows me, I do not take pain pills. I do not cry from pain. If I am crying, I'm begging you for a pain pill. And I don't like pain pills. I would rather have pain than take pain pills because they make me throw up. So you know I'm really in pain if I'm asking for a pain pill from my sister. Yeah, so I mean, I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can do nothing but cry. So I call, I make an appointment with my OBGYN, tell her everything that's going on. It's my same OBGYN that I've had for 16, 17 years now, so I call her and I explain everything to her. She's like, get in here right now. So January 18th, I go and I see her. She gives me a pelvic exam, and she said I need an internal and an external ultrasound. So January 19th, I go for my internal and my external ultrasound, and then on the 20th, I was going back for my results. No cancer, nothing wrong down there. She did extra looking at extra things just to make sure, nothing was wrong down there to be causing this bleeding, because it's really bad now. So out of the blue, January 23rd, I stopped vaginal bleeding. I was like, okay, sweet. So then, January 24th, I go to the bathroom, I pee, and the whole toilet bowl looks like cranberry juice. I'm not gonna show you my toilet bowl or anything. I think that's a little too extreme, but I did go to the hospital, obviously, after that. That terrified me. So here's a picture of what I peed into a cup for them. And I peed for a long time like this. So, do you think I went to the ER? No. Drove right past the ER, went back to that urgent care. I'm explaining everything that I've been through so far, and she tells me, she has me pee in a cup. This is not this pee that I'm showing you right here. I peed in a cup and gave it to her. I did not take a picture of that one. She comes back and my results, she's literally transferring me for internal bleeding to the emergency room. Stat. So I get to the emergency room. They have me pee in a cup. That's this. So I've got this paperwork for them, and I'm literally handing it to her, and I'm crying. I start crying. I'm like, am I gonna die? They don't know. So they give me an EKG. They put the stickers all on me. They go to get blood from this arm. He ruptured my vein. So I got pictures here. So he gets it on this one. So they started an IV in my, so it wasn't, they didn't take blood. It was an IV. They gave me an IV. They gave me antibiotics in it and some pain medicine. Gave me a CT scan with dye of my abdomen area. I was told my ureters were swollen, so possibly a kidney infection. I was given a shot of antibiotics and some pain medication and sent home with a script for Bactrim DS to take twice a day. I also still can't put any pressure down on my left leg, still on crutches. At this point, Dr. Mohan has called me quite a few times at home, asking how I'm doing, trying to figure out if he should have me come back in for another venous ultrasound, which he does. I go on the 28th. This was the 25th. 26th, he's called me. The 27th, I had an appointment with my injury doctor, with the orthopedic surgeon, but I canceled it because of what I was going through. And I went on the 28th for a venous ultrasound, and he did it on both of my legs. And he says that I'm still clogged from my ankle, but this time it's raised, but it's about 1 inch below my groin. And he keeps telling me at this point that he's not going to go in and take the blood clots out. They don't do that until it hits the groin area. So he's just like, he compares them. This one, just to see the damage that's been done to my veins versus my healthy leg. I get sent to a urologist for the kidney infection. So on February 5th, I start throwing up blood. I'm throwing up, and it's blood, and it's scary, and I'm freaking out. Do you think I went to the emergency room? No, I did not. That was a Saturday, Sunday the 6th. I woke up with a terrible headache. I'm still throwing up blood. Do you think I called the emergency room? No. Did I call a doctor? No. No, I did not. So on the 7th, still have a horrible headache, still throwing up blood. Same on the 8th. The 11th, I go for another CT scan. This one they're going to do, this one's at a specialist, and so they're going to give me one with dye, one without dye, and I think that's it. I thought there was 3 different set of tests, but I didn't write it down for some reason that day. That day, I don't know, for some reason, everything hurt. Everything hurt. I was just done at this point. I am depressed. I feel like I'm gonna die. My leg is swollen. I can't walk. Am I ever gonna get better, or am I just gonna die? Like, that's all I kept thinking. So on the 15th of February, my urologist did some tests. I'm not sure of the name, but he shoved a camera up my pee hole. That flippin' hurt. Yeah, I can't think of the test that I had, but he wanted to look at all of this area. Everything's been done on my, he looked at in my abdomen. He looked at everything. Couldn't find anything wrong. So, now we're getting the 24th of February is my makeup appointment with my orthopedic surgeon that I canceled. So I go there. At this point, my leg is purple, and I'm talking so dark purple that, like, he was calling it black. My leg turned black. And I did notice it, but I didn't really think anything about it. I didn't call anybody. I didn't do anything. I'm sitting there at my orthopedic surgeon so he could check out my knee. I mean, he literally walked in the room and went, "What's wrong with your leg? It's black." I'm like, I don't know. It just turned that color. He's like, "Oh my God." He's like, "You need to go right now," because my orthopedic surgeon's on the 3rd floor and my vascular surgeon's on the 1st floor of the hospital. So I'm on the 3rd floor. He's like, "Get down to the 1st floor, go to Dr. Mohan right now. I'm calling him right now. He needs to see you right now. Like, you're going to lose your leg. You need this. He needs to see you." So I go down there. The doctor has already talked to the lady in the front. Dr. Mohan's on vacation. So another vascular surgeon had come to the lobby and had checked my leg out just to make sure, and he's like, "Yeah, I really think he needs to come home and see you." So they schedule me for surgery on the 2nd of March. He's like, well, he's going to give me a venogram and do a thrombectomy. He's going to go behind my knee, behind my knee, and he's going to go up into my upper thigh, and he's going to take out what blood clots are in there. He doesn't care that's why he's not going into my groin, because it didn't go past my groin. He's just going to go behind my knee and take out everything up here. I got a bunch of pictures here. Hopefully I can get all these pictures right here. I'm not sure. Hopefully. I get there. Now, mind you, it's time, right? So I'm alone. Nobody can be in the room with me for waiting. Nobody can be in the recovery room when I come out. I'm explained this whole surgery has to be done. I have to be awake. They're gonna fill me with fentanyl after all this stuff that I've heard, I didn't even know it was fentanyl until after the surgery, but that's when I panicked. So I go in there and I'm wide awake and I'm panicking. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's going on with my leg. It's supposed to be, he said 30 minutes and he'd be able to get all this out. So apparently he, does the venogram, and he's following my blood clots all the way up to the top of my abdomen. So what's going on in here is I was diagnosed with May-Thurner Syndrome. If you don't know what May-Thurner Syndrome is, I didn't either. I'm 49. Well, I was 49. I'm 50 now. But I was 49 years old, never even heard that word before, and diagnosed with that. And I didn't even know what it was, so let me explain. So you have your arteries and your veins in your abdomen. So my iliac veins are like, it's kind of like my arteries are attacking my veins. They're twisted in my veins. So this whole time that I fell from August 23rd until now, when I fell face down on my stomach, my right iliac artery was already compressing my iliac vein, my left iliac vein. That's how I was born, with it like this. Instead of just laying on it, it's compressing it. So when I fell, my artery crushed my vein, and when he went in there, my iliac vein was laying flat as a pancake on my spine. That's my Alexa, sorry. Was laying on my spine. So now he's got to take the venogram out of my vein. He's got to put I think he cleaned out all. It was so surprising that none of these blood clots broke off and went to my heart, my lungs, my brain. I'm very lucky. Through this whole thing, I am so lucky. And I'm not usually lucky. I'm usually have the worst luck ever. So I don't know why I was lucky. I think to tell my story because nobody knows what May-Thurner Syndrome is. It's considered a very rare vascular syndrome disorder. It's something I was born with, and I didn't find out until I was 49. I don't think that's right. I think all these doctors that I've seen, I can't believe nobody looked at my iliac veins, but because nobody knows to. Nobody thinks to. When my doctor said that my blood clots were only to here, they weren't. They were all up here. And from August 23rd until March 2nd, here's where my blood clots started, and they just filled my entire leg with blood clots until my leg turned black. Thank God I had that doctor's appointment, or else I probably wouldn't have my leg. My leg doesn't really work all that well anyways, but it's getting there. I just got an exercise bike, so I'm trying to do that to try to get some movement. This surgery was traumatizing, that you have to be awake. It hurt so bad. Him pulling the blood clots out felt like he was pulling my whole back out with him through my leg, through a tiny little cut, and the blood clots were so bad, he had to go into my right leg behind my knee and help and do clean out. On this side, I had marks on both my legs right here. It's been Seriously, the worst experience that I have ever had in my entire life. I still have nightmares of me falling. I still can't go out that door and down those stairs. I can't do it. I can't even think about it. I can't do it. So at this point, I'm probably going to just stop this. I'm not going to make a part 3. I'm actually just going to do a whole new video and FU to May-Thurner Syndrome, and also another syndrome that I've been diagnosed with. So if you want to follow along with my story, give me a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe, follow me on this stupid journey that I'm taking, that I can't believe I'm taking, all because of my stupid fall. But next I want to go over all these symptoms more in depth, so that if you feel anything like I have felt, oh my gosh, please do not ever wait and don't do what I did and said, no, I'll be fine. I'll go another day. I'm fine. Don't do that. Don't do that. Especially the older you get, because you never know. You never know when the next fall is going to kill you. So, thumbs up. You guys have a wonderful day. Hopefully I get better at this. I will see you guys later. Bye.